A huge beer tax increase. Are you looking forward to $15 pints? Let's have a look. Hello everyone, Florian here and welcome to another episode of HeiseSays. Grab your stein of coffee because it bloody well can't be beer with the cost of it now. I want to have a look at this article written by Eliza Bavin for Yahoo Finance. $15 a pint. Beer tax increase set to see prices soar. Now, I don't drink that often. I don't mind a beer every now and then. At my age, it just goes, straight to my gut. I'm at a risk of, it's just wheat, sugar, water, of just packing on the weight. So I tend to avoid the alcohol. But after a hard day's work, a nice cold beer is bloody brilliant. And I want to organize a meetup/networking event for the channel. And I'm thinking the German club, guys. Get a nice good wheat beer or even one of the light beers with lemon in it. Oh, yeah, it's really, really good. They've even got a smoky bacon beer there. I remember that. That's a mission to get through. But, who doesn't like a good beer every now and then? Just like most things in life, if you don't make a habit of it and it's not a problem, each to their own. But, again, the government is just taxing it more. All these little joys that you have, they just whack another tax on. More bloody money you've got to pay. I honestly, fine, keep all your consumption taxes, but then get rid of our income taxes. Why not, just do that. Nice and simple. And you can just fire all the accountants. Anyway, the beer tax has gone up another 4%, and consumers are set to pay the price. From today, the ATO has increased the excise duty rates pubs and clubs must pay on the purchase of alcoholic beverages. The hike means Aussies could end up paying $15 for a pint of beer. $15 for a beer. Right when we're having inflation too. What do they need more taxes for? Forget it. Just cut your staff at the ATO. Or you know what? Get rid of all those boomers who have the bullshit super where they just contribute a fixed amount and get insane amounts out of it. The Brewers Association of Australia Chief Executive John Preston said the increase was the biggest in more than 30 years. Australians are taxed on beer more than almost any other nation, Preston said. Sadly, we're now seeing the effects as pub patrons will soon be faced with the prospect of regularly paying around $15 for a pint at their local. The tax on a keg will rise by around $4, meaning the tax for a pint will rise from 80 cents to 84 cents. And this is going to reduce how much people will spend going out. And it's going to affect jobs, okay? It's going to affect the lower income jobs too, people working on a bar. Preston called on the Albanese government to slash the beer tax to help reduce costs for businesses and consumers. This is a problem that the new Treasurer has inherited from its predecessor, and there are many competing demands on the budget, Preston said. Nonetheless, we believe there is a strong case for a beer tax relief to be provided by the new federal government, with the hidden beer tax to go up again in February 2023. Preston said Australia had the fourth highest beer tax in the world, and the hike was set to affect around 11 million Aussie beer drinkers. This is not sustainable for pubs and clubs, he said. I remember we went out to the mall and the little restaurant there in the middle had a burger and, I grabbed a beer and Rachel had a drink. And I was talking to the barmaid there and I was saying, so, back when I was at uni, we'd be going Thursday drinks. Do they still have dollar drinks? She I'm showing my age here. She looked at me like I was completely nuts. She goes, what, dollar basics? I go, yeah, it was great. And she couldn't believe it. That they don't have that anymore, guys. It's not only fair for everyone who enjoys the great Australian pastime of having a beer with their friends at the local. 99% of draft beer consumed in Australia is brewed here. The Australian beer industry supports over 100,000 jobs through its supply chain from barley and hops production, great manufacturing jobs, and people employed in pubs and clubs throughout Australia. Yes, and that's why they want to tax it, guys. Another sin tax. Let's have a talk about this one. Just like cigarettes, guys. Wait for them to have a bloody, sugar tax, a soda tax. I mean, sure, these things aren't good for you. They're not healthy for you. You shouldn't be drinking a lot of beer. You shouldn't even be drinking any beer, guys. It's alcohol. But who cares? Okay, if people want to have a beer, want to relax, why can't they? And if we want to just put all this burden on people enjoying their lives, come on. I'm sure there's hundreds of civil servants that we could just sack or services that we could reduce. You know, cut some of the bullshit and the burden that you place on us all the time. Or keep your bloody beer tax and increase the tax-free threshold. You know, if you want to make a consumption system, there's another one. People only pay tax for what they consume. Why not? That's fair and equitable. The rich will spend more on stuff, so they get taxed more. You know, the poor won't spend more. The monk mode MGTOW guys or everyone going down the FIRE movement will spend bugger all, and they'll get taxed hardly anything. It's all fair. But there you go, guys. This is just what we need when inflation's going up and the economy is starting to sputter a bit. America has had a recession. I don't care what Biden says. It's a bit of a bullshit recession. It's not a significant one, but it has had one. We'll have to see if it kicks on to the next term. So things aren't all rosy, and they want another bloody tax hike. I know this is One Nation were making jokes about these taxes in their cartoon series, where it was, ScoMo's favorite tax, because people don't realize how much they pay. You know what should happen is you should be forced to pay if you go drinking. You pay for your drink, and then you have to, and this is never going to happen, this is fantasy, you have to go back home and then send all that amount of tax yourself to the tax department. So don't take the burden away from the producer or the retailer. Stop them being the collector of the tax. Make the individual send it off themselves. It'd never happen. It'd be a complete disaster. But at least people would realize how much tax they're paying. Or maybe even on their receipt, there has to be 2 line items, beer and then tax under each one, just so people realize how much of our money is going to the state. And then they can challenge if it's worth it. Maybe they'll start voting for smaller government, for less intervention in our lives. Maybe that's just quite naive on my part. But what do you reckon, guys? Do you think we need more of these sin taxes to stop the evil people from drinking their alcohol? I mean, other woke lot? Is it bad for the environment yet to have a beer? Is there a carbon tax on beer? Oh shit, that'll be next, won't it? Oh, you've had a carbonated beverage. We better up the tax on that. Anyway, I might go buy a 6-pack while I can. While I can still afford it. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Like, share, subscribe to the channel. Let me know your thoughts and opinions. If you want to support us, there are a few ways you can. Financially via YouTube or Patreon. You can use our referral links, buy our pocket squares, or call us if you need an architect. Take care, everyone. Have a great day. And enjoy those. Well, the beers are more expensive now anyway. So hopefully you've got some in the fridge from before the taxes were on. You can drink those. Or you know what? This will be more people will drink at home. So it means less retail spending. There you go.